Yo, people, I think we are live. We should be live. We was live 2 minutes ago. We probably are. Look, we're probably not live, and I've got to go and press something to make us live.
Maybe.
Yo, people, I think we are live. Welcome to the Vape Show. We're very lucky tonight. We have got the ever present Salford. Nice to see you, brother. We have got back for the birthday show the wonderful Simon, Mr. Coyley, who is still muted. But I'll just let him know he's still muted. And we've got the wonderful Flat Cap Vapor. It is the birthday show, and as you can see, we have got past and present guests on here. We've got the wonderful Vic Mullins, fresh from his YouTube diabolical, if that's actually a word. We've got my wonderful brother, Solo. We have got Bobo. Always nice to see you, brother. We've got Matt. Nice little bit vaping, mate. You'll be smashing those reviews out as well. They've been absolutely corking.
Thank you very much.
And I think we're going to be joined by Dean the Devil Vapor as well in a bit. So we're going to have a nice full house. How is everybody doing?
Yep. Yeah. We haven't been attacked by CBWs yet.
Yeah, we got completely group raided last week, didn't you, with the CBWs?
Nice.
Are we live? I think we are actually live. People have gone.
Live. People are coming across now. Yeah.
BFG.
Hello. Wonderful BFGs in chat. Nice to see you, brother. Hope you're okay.
Has no one noticed who we're powered by yet? Not
Yeah,
StreamYard
I've just
this week.
noticed that. Powered by Flat Cap TV.
So that's why it fucked up at the beginning.
Yeah. It's a budget system, you see. It's cheaper than StreamYard, but you have to take the negatives with it. That's the trouble.
We have got CBW in there as well.
There we go.
Should we vape up?
He'll be in a little while. So we will start off. I just want to say welcome, Simon. I'm so glad you have made the show tonight, buddy. Thank you so much. I know you've been stressed with work and that.
Mm-hmm. Nice to be a guest.
Yeah, well, we are four men in a vape show tonight.
I've retired for the evening, Simon. You're back in your spot.
Did you say guest or pest?
You say prat or twat.
That'd be more like it.
It's a weird association game we started off already. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll quickly go through just a couple of what we're vaping on. We'll start off with the Salford. What are you on, brother?
The usual. First time coming to me. That's it. Fuck it all.
It's
Poor relation.
It's the poor relation. So we're on your tobacco.
I'm on my tobacco, yeah, and I'm on one of Leslie's tobaccos. What's it fucking called now? Latakia. Latakia, yeah.
You're gonna attack who?
Strong, rich black tobacco, I think it is.
Vic, you always swear by it. Is it a Turkish company that you used to get your stuff from?
Gaelic.
Yeah, I'll get mine from Les Pickard now, though, because it tastes the same.
They were amazing when I went down to the shop and watched how he did it. Absolutely fantastic. I didn't know there were that many tobacco leaves you could have.
Yeah, the lunch killers love that stuff, man. Might have to get a go. Don't like tobacco, but it'd be interesting to give it a try.
I definitely want to try them.
Yeah.
To get the authentic taste, like,
I'm a little bit like Mark. Me and Mark have always said it. I'm not an over tobacco fan myself, but when you get it in a pod system, it seems to be quite nice, isn't it, Matt?
Mouth to lung. I like tobacco.
Yeah, I couldn't sub on with tobacco. In fact, I'm sure I've got a review. I felt absolutely awful. It was a really heavy tobacco, and I was doing it through a recurve, and I ended up almost being sick on the camera. It was bad. It was bad. Once again,
John Lynn sent us 50 note. Thank you very much, brother. It is the Nine Stooges. Good evening, peeps. Thank you, brother. Well, we'll go up to Flat Cat. What are you vaping on, brother?
Not a great deal. I'm on my old school Coil Art Mage Mech version 2 with an Asgard on top, Asgard Mini. And the other thing I'm vaping on is the Gas Mods Cree sitting on top of the Stratum style jobby, little 21700. Bit of glass action. That's about it for this evening. Short and sweet.
Yeah. We have got the wonderful CBW in itself. Dean, the Devil Vapor. Nice to see you, brother. Thanks for joining us.
Evening.
And we'll move over to Simon. What are you vaping on, brother?
Well, I'm actually vaping for the first time in a long time. Nothing rebuildable. I'm spending so much time crossing the Pennines at the moment. I'm on stock coil everything. So I have the Valerian 2 on top of the Therian, and in there I have Mary's Kitchen Jam Pasty, which I like. The Valerian. I tried the Falcon 2 a few weeks ago and hated it. Absolutely hated it with a passion. Coils lasted about a day and a half at most. I had one last me half a day before it burnt out. So it's just gone back in a box and hidden away.
Right, man.
Yeah, little pod system. The Geek Vape. Aegis Boost in there, which has just run out of juice as well. I mean, the juice is downstairs. Normal Elements Tangerine. I'm also vaping on this, which I really like. The Nautilus GT with the mesh coils in it. And in there, that was on top of the Asmodus Stride. And in there, some nasty, I can't remember what it's called, it's the grape one. It's Nasty Salts grape, which is really nice. And that's it. That's all I'm vaping on.
That's it.
You suspect, wow, my screen looks like an application photographs for the undateables.
Hey, half of them.
That made me giggle. What's that? Smoofington.
Smooth spot, man.
And we'll pass it over to Matt. What are you vaping on, brother?
Me, I've just got Glass Mini on top of me Thought with some ultimate salts in it. Just a little sherbet. And I've dug this one out because I haven't used it for a while. My Half Moon Sponker with the Asgard Mini on top of it.
Asgard Twins.
I've got some induced, that is elderflower, pear, and blackberry in that. And this one, the Odin 200 with Immortal Reckoning on top and some of this stuff. Some Dragon Ice Blackcurrant.
Oh.
Yeah.
That peaked Dean then, didn't it? I see Dean's eyes light up.
It woke me up.
It perked me up.
That's about it, yeah. Just those three. Oh, and my Siege. He's always there.
Bit of mech arm, bro.
What about him at the end? He sat there and
it's a bomb. We'll pass it over to Vic. What are you vaping on, brother?
Kelpie RT, which you can't buy anymore, but you can buy the dripper. Sitting on top of the smoke. What the fuck's this again? Some G-Priv or some shit that I don't care about. Another Kelpie tank on the Q Mini from Yee, and the juice that I'm vaping on, Black Vine, although it doesn't look like a bottle of Black Vine because I get a bottle of concentrate sent in, and my peach custard, and that's it.
So if you need spare parts for your Kelpie RTA, don't bother speaking to the H Pro. Just go direct to Vic.
I will go straight to my brother. What are you on, bro? And also, just while you're there, mate, happy birthday as well for the Own service. Obviously, on Thursday night, get over and watch that. It's 2 years running, bro, so happy birthday as well.
Yes, 2 years.
Birthday.
Yeah, we're hanging fire because I think in about 3 weeks' time, it'll be me 100th episode. So we're going to do a 100th episode version.
Yeah, that's good.
It's a happy birthday.
100th episode.
Yep, so I'm looking forward to that. What have I got? Aquitas on the clutch. In that, I've got my homebrew lemon. Very, very simple. My Hex and my Intake Dual. And in that, I've got Jonesville Berry Aid. That's it. That's all I'm vaping on. Real simple.
Nice and simple. Bobo.
Yeah.
The Scouts Brad Pitt.
Like 2 bits today. I've normally only got like 2 kits on me, but I've got like 6. It's because I'm in the shop, do you know what I mean? We've got, as always, the Aspire Muralist with a little bit of dinner ladies, lemon tart, salts in it. I have got the Aspire, what is it, the NX40 Rover thing.
The Rover 2 cat.
Yeah. Has anyone else got that? Yeah.
I got it.
Does yours auto fire? Like the button stick?
No.
Oh, I've just got a shit one then. Sound. And I've got some 18 milligram Ribena from the Ace of Vape range, which we have as our like 4% range in the shop. I have got this thing, whatever it is, Vandy Vape.
Oh, the Swell.
Swell.
As well.
With the original Bonza and some of Lethal Coils' Aliens in there. And that, I've got Pango. Little bit of a plug, do you know what I mean?
Gonna be done.
Shameless plug.
Not wrong with that.
I have got the Coil Art Mage with the dead rabbit drop dead thing in it, and inside that I've got a little bit of Enigma, Fish Empire's gear, and I have also got the Magma box with the Kylan 2, and some Just Jam raspberry donut. Yeah, that's it. That's
Is yours got janky buttons?
Mine's good.
Yeah, mine's got janky buttons. I've got the.
When you shake it, yeah.
When you check it, it's that.
It's got a bit of a rattle.
This one doesn't. They sell quite well in our shop. I must have sold about 50 of them altogether. Like half of them are shaky, half of them are absolutely solid. It's weird.
Is that the original or the mate?
Used with the jiggly buttons or anything. There's not been any sticking or anything. Not that anyone's came back and said, do you know what I mean?
I got mine with like a cloth version, wasn't it, Mark? And
yeah, yours is with like denim. Yeah, it was really
like
nice.
denim, and it had like a. I thought it does actually. I don't know where I put it. I don't know if it's over there, but
He's sitting on it like a cushion.
Yeah, it did look really nice. Big shout out to Stephen Harris, thank you very much, and also Pav G, big love, brother, thank you very much. And we'll pass it over to Dean, who's just been on his show. Absolute fantastic show as well.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm not prepared, but I'm vaping on this.
I wasn't prepared for your show, so that makes no difference.
Fuck me. No, I was all of sorts. My mind just weren't in the correct place at that point in time. Geek Vape Aegis Legend Limited Edition, Hell Vape Fat Rabbit Sub-Ohm with the mesh coil in there, and I've got, the usual Zeus Juice Black Ice.
Nice.
And that's me.
I'll tell you what I'm on. I've got the Aegis 2-in-1, which was, you can either get it in Swan Core as the normal. It looks like the Solo, which I'm really liking. On top of that, I've got the Falcon King. Then I've got the Cool Storm, isn't it? Is it Cool Storm? No.
Cold Steel.
Sorry, I don't even know what I'm vaping on. Cold Steel 100 with the Kelpie on top, with a little bit of, what have I got in this one? I've got some off the record strawberry watermelon sour. And in the other one, I've got some King Kong juice. This is blueberry pancakes, which is quite nice. Not the waffle, bro. It's the pancakes. So that's roughly what I am. Thank you so much to everybody who's joined us in chat for the birthday show. It is so nice for everybody to join us as well. I think you've got a couple of things to talk about, haven't you guys?
Before anybody goes on, can I make an announcement?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right. Okay. Look at Vic's face now. Oh, guys, there is a charity auction on the 28th of March through the Vaping Misfits on the True Vapor channel. So if you're a reviewer and you've got some stuff and you can, and you don't want it, send it into this True Vapor. Any companies out there, we much appreciate your input as well. Some stuff coming in for the 28th. And guys, be there on the 28th.
Yeah, me and the guys, me and the Saturday
I will
night
remind
guys,
you again at the end.
Me and the Saturday night guys won't be doing our live, so you'll have another 10 viewers. So, yeah.
So it's the 28th of February.
28th of March. 28th of March, yes. So
March.
A little bit of time. 28th of March.
We will keep plugging that over the weeks as well. Fantastic channel that. I love watching that show. Yeah, obviously, it's quite crowded on a Saturday, so I'll catch them on the catch up. Right then, Flat Cap, you've got
replay is very handy.
Well, I was going to do a whole PowerPoint presentation, but I might as well change it now. I was calm down, Vic. No, I was gonna
PowerPoint presentation.
No, I'm joking.
Vic didn't know he was in a meeting. He thought he was on a vape show.
Gets his laser pointer out.
Seeing as we have a lot of knowledgeable people in this room, along with some knowledgeable people in chat, I really want to talk about chips, not potato chips, but I really want to talk about DNA boards, Yeehee, gene, all that kind of stuff. I've done a few questions, but basically what I want to kind of work out is, first of all, what all your opinions are on them, and second of all, what people in chat, do they make a difference? Do they notice the difference between the Vupu gene chip and whatever, are those things really necessary? Like, are we really that bothered? Because, I know there's a lot of different chips out there, the DNA ones, for example, but are we really that bothered? Do we really care?
No.
Do we really want to spend an extra 50 quid to have
don't care
DNA
at all. Buy a Mac.
Big trigger, Vic. You're going about GG.
Buy a Mac.
Fuck my chips. Buy a Mac.
So the first thing I was going to ask is, obviously, forget the bad devices, the ones that are, just don't work properly. But throughout
90% of mine.
Throughout most mainstream reliable chipsets, can you genuinely notice a difference in performance?
Yes.
Now, okay. Anyone else?
There we are.
Anyone in chat?
From a
question.
technical side, you should be able to.
Or anything fancy, to be honest with you. I don't think so. No, that I know of. So I've never noticed the difference because I've never given that much of it, to be honest.
you will only know when it comes to the gene chip, the Omni chip, the DNA boards, the Yay boards, and all the other boards, including the new Smock board that they put in the G-Priv 3. The only time you notice a difference with a good chip against a shit one is when it comes to temp control. That's the only time.
Yeah, that was going to be my
uses
next
temp
thing.
control? No one.
Exactly.
Except for Vic.
Vic's the only person that does it, yeah.
I mean, it was just interesting with like the Odin, the Dopo Odin mod coming out, and they did the DNA 250, and then fairly quickly afterwards they come out with a 200 version with the Dovpo chip for a lot. Was it £50-60 cheaper?
Yep.
And I'd be really interested to know, you know, what people are going for now. They've got that option.
Hi, Gail.
Hi, Gail.
Us as
Gail.
vapors, we're cheap bastards as vapors, aren't we? We try and get stuff for as cheap as possible. And if, you know, just because it's got a DNA 250 board in it and the other one's got a bloody just a 200 watt thing in it, I think more people go for the 200 because they're like, well, you know, I don't really care for the chipset. I'll go for value for money instead.
Here's a classic example: the dual top side by T. Right, we all know the dual top side. There was various iterations of the dual top side that was brought out. People who bought the one with the Yeehee variant chip in it actually preferred the Dovpo board. They preferred the Dovpo board because of the way, because the problem when you get to chips like this, right, the more shit you cram in the chip, the more you need to read the manual, basically. And we all know when you get a vape device, the first thing you do with the manual is go, see ya. You don't read the manual.
Yeah.
You just don't.
I find the more simplest, the basic, the better. Because the average vapor, I mean, I'm not talking about us guys that are hobbyists, but the average vapor that comes into a shop, they just want something that works. They don't.
Yeah.
They're not interested in Yee. They're not interested in Evolve or anything like that. They just want a device that works. And as long as it's reliable and it lasts a while, that's all they're bothered about.
People
They
just
set
want
it, a lot of them, I mean, especially now that I'm working at a vape shop, you notice it. A lot of them, they set it at 17 watts for a mouth to lung, and that's it. They're away. They never change it.
You like did pull the one what with just the voltage as well, didn't you? Where that's all you had with the voltage. You just changed the voltage. There was nothing else on it.
It's why
That
I
was
like
the,
the double barrel as well. It's just
yeah.
wattage mode, simple,
Yeah.
tiny little board. I wish they put him in more devices. That one.
Well, my next question was kind of what Vic was going on then. I basically put, is the accuracy of temp control alone, start again. Is it the accuracy of temperature control alone that defines the quality of a chipset? So
Yes.
that's pretty much what we're saying. Like, that's what it comes down to, which is a bit sad, really.
Well, I mean, it used to be the case, and a lot of people here will remember it, that the big selling point for the original variant, the V1 of the Omni chip and the V1 of the Gene chip, was this will fire within 0.5 of a fucking second. Number one, who the fuck cares? And number two, who the fuck is going to time it anyway?
Yeah.
So they started shifting things to this will do temp control accurately. And as Dino says, who the fuck uses temp control these days?
Yeah.
And a bit of a side note, who tests the timing? Well, DJ LSB probably tests the timing, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he did actually.
This is
And probably Bizarro
0.0001
as
second
well.
out.
I think
Shit,
it
right
might be
in.
Geek Vape or Vupa on one of their websites. I was having a look earlier, and literally where it shows a picture of this cool graphic of the chip, below it says fires in 0.01 seconds. Really?
That's a big selling point, apparently. Nobody cares.
I do. I must be the odd one out because I care about how. With all the mesh tanks I've been vaping, the fire time is just absolutely phenomenal. Put a normal rebuildable RTA on there, and it's really slow to fire, and it winds the fuck
Yeah,
out.
you've got to fire it like 10 years away from when you take it to your mouth.
Yeah. No, honestly, but it's probably my OCD, but just a small that bit of time that it takes to fire, and you're sucking on fresh air before you get the vape.
That drives me nuts.
Yeah, it like ruins the vaping experience, doesn't it? It's like smoking a half-lit fag.
Yeah.
That's why I purge though. I started purging. That's why I started purging because of that delay. It was driving me nuts.
UK vapes are like quick and powerful.
I forget to do that. I just put it in my mouth and suck.
Well, that's what she said.
People should learn from that. People should fucking learn from that.
I don't really pay. Is chips go and stuff like that? Again, it's what your budget is.
Yeah.
Is it not the case though that if you go back a few years, a lot of the mods that came out a few years ago were not bad, but they weren't as good. And if you went to something like the DNA chip, that's when you noticed a difference. When a lot of the old mods were a bit crappy, and you went to the DNA chip, and you noticed a difference then. But I think a lot of the cheaper chips now are as good as the DNA and the Yi chips.
Yeah, I think that's probably...
Yeah, we've come a long way, especially in the last, 18 months, 2 years.
Yeah.
When it comes to chips, they are getting just as good.
With Yeehee stuff, though, I don't like, say if you want to adjust your wattage, you've got to click the fire button and then, or whatever it is, the menu button, and then go to a thing. It's just, I want to turn on a mod with 5 fucking clicks. I want to go into the menu with 3 clicks. I want to adjust my wattage by pressing the plus and minus button, not going through a whole blooming combination of things to change things. And that's what puts me off Yeehee boards, not because how they work, it's just what you've got to do to make them work. And it does take a lot of getting used to.
In other words, you don't like the long-winded way around things.
No, I'm straight to the point.
I don't.
See, that's it, because DE's just said, has the Vapor SO Gen got a good chip? And I'd be interested to know, but how if someone said, well, why is it good? What would be...
Number one, it's easy. Number one, the menu's easy to figure out. Number two, it literally fires instantly. If you put a 0.01 coil on it, or a 1.2 ohm coil on it, or a 3 ohm coil, if you're fucking stupid enough to do that, a 3 ohm coil, it will fire instantly. Temp control is nailed, and most importantly, the wattage that it states, it will output.
What is it? The Axon chip, isn't it, in that one?
Does anybody notice, when they've got like the soft, medium, and hard, where you can change it through that? Does anybody actually notice any difference on the vape?
Yeah.
It's kind of like not a preheat, but it's like a turbo boost at the beginning, like ramp up. Yeah.
Was it on
depends on mod as well, doesn't it? Like some mods do it well, and some mods don't at all. Like with this Oil Art Mage, if I put it onto the hard mode, if it feels like it's firing 50 watts higher than what it did on the medium mode, it's ridiculous. Whereas other mods that I've had or other setups, I've not really noticed that much of a difference between a lot of them.
On my SX Mini, I have it on high, and that means that I can have my wattage actually slightly lower. Because it's giving you that boost right at the beginning. You actually can wattage slightly lower, and obviously battery life is always a thing for us, so it makes your batteries last longer.
You're just getting that extra
you're getting that ramp up. Yeah.
I remember what it is.
Like the custom power curve thing that they have on them, that's quite good for the first couple of seconds, fire like 10 watts higher, and that eliminates a lot of like the need to purge and stuff like that. It only takes a second to set it up as well.
Oh, who was it? They had bloody super player mode. Inikin.
Yeah.
That was amazing, wasn't it? You can bloody fire a build that's, is it like 0.02 or something that it could go down to instead of 0.05. And that was a crazy mode for the Inikin stuff.
Do you think there's much cool, like with the DNA chips where you can go and evolve and you can change things? Do you think there's think people want that in other chips as well, so you can plug your Geek Vape Aegis Legend in and fiddle around with the screen and...
No, fuck off.
Because I quite like some of that stuff. I quite like going in and changing the background. And...
Yeah, the customization thing's pretty good, isn't it? Like you can put your own background on things. Like the Aegis X, that would be amazing if you could like hack into that and change the background.
Not just like a background of a snow wolf or something, or a leopard or an elephant like they do on some of them, the beach.
No, like say if you wanted your logo on there or your wallpaper off your computer, people like that bit of personalization and customizability. Well, I do anyway. So I
like that on my G-Class. I had to get Dan to do it, because if I tried to do it, I'd have bricked the thing.
If I had a G-Class, I'd have like a clock, Nan's clock background.
Nan's clock.
Man's what?
Nan's clock.
Nan's clock. It's a Nan's clock mod.
Can you remember when I think it was the RX200? They did it where you could sort of like put different screens on the back, and as soon as you like updated it, your battery life went down by loads.
Yeah, the little bitmap images. Yeah.
Just your batteries went dead so quick. So you had to, I think I had Spider, just because I was messing around with it. I think I had Spider-Man on, and then my batteries just won't last for days.
I you on the Cube because the grandkids wanted it on. Wanted to see it.
Say again, sorry.
I've got ping you on the Cube because the grandkids wanted to see it.
Matt,
I got Pingo.
Matt, do you still have a picture of Puff's bum on your
No, but it's on Ascribe ready to upload. I've just got my logo on there at the moment.
Ah.
I've got a couple of little things. I've got Pud's bum though, but yeah, it goes on there every now and again.
Pud Puff's bum.
Yeah, he pulled us a Mooney at Expo, and I had it on video. So I think did you do it, Gaz, and send it over to me?
Yeah,
if I remember. Yeah, you screenshotted it and sent it over
the profile. Yeah, I really like that involved going on there, and I mean it's really easy to mess it up, and all of a sudden you can't see anything on the screen. It's really easy to do, but I really like that kind of customization. I think it should be
like Dean says, if you could do that on the Geek Vape on the whatever it is,
Aegis X,
Aegis X, that'd be brilliant because it's such a fucking waste of screen.
I mean, look at the swell, the Vandy Vape swell kit. It's all linked Bluetooth wise, and you can go on your phone and look at the app. They must be able to add that Bluetooth part to these chips now, and you can just go on your phone and you can upload your image straight to the device without needing to plug it in. It's not going to use any. I mean, the swell kit's one of the smaller dual battery mods as well. So they've got the capability there.
I'll tell you what I didn't see come from the expo, what was there in May or October, was the actual phone one, where it was actually linked to your phone Bluetooth, and it was like a pod system, and you could actually answer your phone on it. And I thought that was going to be brilliant when it come out, but I hadn't heard anything else about that.
Back in the day, you used to be able to have a mod that connected to your phone, connected to your phone battery. I'm on about 2014, 13.
Oh yeah, you put your C4 on the top.
See, here's the thing, right? You can get all these things. Everybody wants their mod to play music and can make them dinner and do the dishes and everything nowadays. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, like me, I just want something simple that I can just pick up and fire and vape, and it's going to keep me off the cigarettes. And I think that's like the majority of vapors out there. We are the hobbyists, so we are the minority. Do you know what I mean? I think the more they add into things, the more confusing it can become for a lot of people.
Do you think it's more to do with the running out of ideas?
Yeah.
They literally are. So they're trying to find the next thing. Because obviously, like you had the watch and things like that. Are they trying they're literally running out of ideas to create a new thing?
I think a lot of it's a money grab, to be honest.
We need some advancements on battery technology, because at the end of the day, we're trying to stick these into some kind of shaped device, and so they're limited with what they can do with regards to everything to do with the design of it. So we need some battery technology advancements to kind of fix things up a bit.
I think we've touched on this before. I thought when the 21700s were coming out, I thought they would be more mainstream than the 18650s. But they seem to be just sticking by these 18650s, don't they?
Yeah.
Seems like they're not pushing. You made a good point on your video with the Aegis, the 2-in-1. It's only just a little bit smaller for the 18650, where the 21700 actually would have fitted into it.
As far as I'm aware of, Teslas are doing a lot more on batteries, though, aren't they, at the moment?
It won't be public. It won't be. You're talking about the graphene solid state batteries. They won't be publicly available for another 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, so for vaping, that's 15, 20 years probably.
Yeah.
I think the problem with the 21700s is that most people have got a stock of 18650s. If you buy a 21700 mod, you've got to go out. I mean, most vendors are like 10 quid for a 21700 battery, and people don't want to spend 30 quid on a mod, then another 20 quid on battery.
Yeah.
And then you've got to think about a battery charger that's going to take 21700s as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose what you can get from Fogstar now, you can get I think about £3.60 into it for an 18650.
Yeah, Samsung 25R.
Talking of Samsung, I saw an email from a certain vendor tonight saying they'd been issued with a cease and desist order selling Samsung batteries, and apparently most vendors are going to get the same email.
Really?
Yeah, because there's something about Molicel batteries, isn't there? Apparently, they're the only ones that. There was an email a little while ago. That they're the only ones
Molicels are
regulated.
the only ones approved, didn't they?
Yeah.
For
Everybody's
using-
still selling the Samsung or the all the other
Didn't
batteries.
Sony have it on their batteries that this one they didn't approve it to be in mods?
I thought Galisi were as well. Are they not? Are Galisi not approved?
Yeah, I think I saw it.
Not sure.
It's
Gushloshy,
obviously
you
just
mean?
covering themselves, isn't it? After all, people have misused them. They're trying to just cover themselves, aren't they? See, bricks and mortar. You know, obviously, like your shop, Mark. What would you sell Samsung there for?
They sell Samsungs nearly about £5-6. They're expensive.
Yeah, 25 hours. Yeah, 5-6 quid, aren't they?
Yeah, I sell them £6, or if I do them a kit, I do 2 for a tenner.
That's not bad.
How often are you guys finding a pair of 18650s are lasting before you start to notice a drop off?
Depends on how low I build.
You got it in a stacked mech. How many weeks of your life you get?
15 minutes.
I've had batteries last for ages, mate. I can't remember what what we got because I rewrapped it, but we got some from a couple of expos back and it's still working. You know, when it's using it in a single mod.
Yeah, it's like I've still got batteries from when I started vaping. So that's 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, they don't get used as much. But if, I've like this week, I've gone through all my bloody batteries and I'm stuck with ones that are 4 years old, not getting good battery life in it. Halfway through the battery life, it seems to like a sag. You get a lapse in power. So they're going to go in the bin. Now I know that they're shit. But yeah, I've still got batteries that are 4 odd years old. Only use it in regulated devices, obviously.
Have you still got that giant tin thing?
Yeah.
Oh my days.
With all my batteries in.
A load of loose unwrapped batteries.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just banging around in it.
Throw some change in as well, just to make sure.
Throw some change and some shredded tin foil.
Turn it into some sort of game. Put your hand in there and see how long it lasts.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets warm.
Especially doing what I do, like the amount of people that have got like battery wraps that are fucking destroyed, and they're still using them in the mod. Like I've taken so many batteries off people and just like giving them for like pots off, giving them free if I like them. To be honest, like
I'll always do away fucking. If somebody comes in with fuck batteries.
Yeah.
Like imagine it. Imagine how embarrassed I'd feel if one of my customers like blew the pocket off. Do you know what I mean? Like I go, fuck.
I think all vape shops should have like an automatic rewrap machine. You just pop your battery in, sleeve goes on, done.
I do. I've got. Where is it? I've got this. Got this for £3 from Amazon about a year ago. It's like 300 battery wraps in there. The shit, they're nasty, but they're safe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're free. I don't charge for them. Do you know what I mean? Like if someone's got a little nick, yeah, I'll take them. If you don't know how to do it, I'll show you how to do it, and come back to me. We'll fucking do it, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a good thing for vape shops. If you're just giving a couple of battery wraps away when people are messing them up. I don't know about you lot when you're reviewing as well. If I say, the only thing you're going to do is stick a couple of batteries in your pocket, and then I think, but obviously do put them in a case, because I'm thinking some idiot will think, so I'll stick them in my pocket. So I always think, so I've got to say it's in a case.
Yeah.
Somebody will say, he said stick them in his pocket.
TP, the average Joe blogs, they just treat them like they treat AA batteries. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 18650s, they're either in a mod, in a charger, or in a case. Nowhere else. They're never rolling around on the desk, because you never know if you're gonna, put down a pair of metal pliers or something like that and catch them. Never leave them bloody battering about.
I'm
I
a little
even
bit
have
bad
them in
sometimes
trays like
leaving them
that.
in the charger.
Oh, let me say that again, Mark.
What's that in the charger?
Yeah, Mark does the same thing I do. I've got my
I want
8650s in a lipstick holder.
That is brilliant.
Coily. That's what we wanted, a battery holder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing: them lipstick things that you can get what is it? 2 for they're about £1.
Yeah, they're cheap.
It's just getting over the fact that you're in the shop queuing for a lipstick holder, though, isn't it? Really.
What are you?
Nothing wrong with that.
What's wrong with that? Yeah, what's wrong with that?
With all my building gear, I got one of these. It's like a nail varnish holdery beauty thing. And it's got everything in there.
That's a
Great.
brilliant idea.
Can I, sorry to butt in and change the subject, but Pud Puffs is in chat. I watched a couple of, I know I'm on a show with him, so maybe a little bit biased, but I watched a couple of Pud's latest reviews. He's really, really, really upped his game, and he should be on 1K by now. Poor lad. So, yeah, give him some of that, yeah. Seriously, though, seriously. So if you haven't subbed to Pud Puffs, go and check Pud Puffs' reviews out. He does some really, really nice camera work, and he swears a lot.
Yeah, no, he has. He's proper upped his game, and his reviews are absolutely corking. So yeah, go and give him a sub.
Get Pod to a K.
Pud to 1K.
Even though we've been trying to message him all day.
Yeah, and he's been ignoring us. No, he's been saving lives. So there you go. He saves lives. And he does lovely reviews. What more do you want?
He saves lives.
And there was one more.
All my fucking life.
So then, Vic, I take it there's going to be absolutely tons of reviews coming back. So obviously, you're back now on YouTube. But it's been a bit weird.
Yeah, it's been very weird. The only problem is that the stuff that came in for review, I got emails saying don't review them because we're not making them right now because there's this fucking virus going around and all of our fucking staff are locked up in quarantine. So I was looking at the review queue and I've got the review queue up on the website, but you can knock half that queue out because I simply can't review it.
Thing is, though, you could always do a review with a mask on.
Surely once a review's uploaded to YouTube, though, it's there, isn't it?
I'm sure Bobo won't mind you doing a Vape Punks review while you're waiting.
Yeah. Yeah.
We lost Gailey Bops.
Where'd Gail go?
Gail's gone.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh.
What about the expo? Do anybody think about that? Do you think I was talking to Paul McCartney about it? He's saying, well, they might not come over, but what I thought they might do is obviously speak to the, like the distro people, sort of get them over and send the stuff over and let them be on the stand. Do you think, or do you think it could be?
Well, I know Vaporesso, they're going to be there because I had an email from them.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think there's loads of ones going down on London to the London one. Is anybody here going to the London one? Oh, I'm going to it.
The idea.
Too bloody expensive.
I'm just.
I'm working.
46 quid. I got the train down there, so I'm meeting Alan at Ryan's Braces. We're gonna have a wander around and 46 quid there and back. Going at the same time as me and Mark went last time to London.
I was thinking of driving up on the Saturday and just going for the day, but it's 28 quid parking just for the day at the actual Olympia, wherever it is.
Oh, bloody hell.
28 quid just for a day's parking. It's mad, isn't it?
We found the right place, didn't we? It was what hotel is it?
It was the Travel Lodge. Was that?
That's it.
This one's at Olympia, though. This is the one that Alan took us on the train, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but the other one was the Excel, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was brilliant. We went in there, and two blokes says to us, "If you leave us a good review on Travel, whatever it's called." He says you can park there for free, and he give us 2 bottles of Coke.
TripAdvisor. We got free parking and 2 bottles of Coke.
Yeah.
And I could go to the toilet and all. They allowed me to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
There you go.
Have you had to fill out that, Aidan? Have you had to fill out that form as well for the recording?
I did it just in case, and then sent it back to Phil. They've asked you to fill like a recording thing in if you're going to be videoing it. She's back.
I don't know about that. Internet went poof.
It went poof.
Poof.
You've been getting quite a number out as well, haven't you, Dean? Reviews?
Last week, yeah. This week, no.
I don't know, just wait.
No, last week I put out 5.
Right now.
I've got some planned for this week, but you know where you're like, oh, I'll release one at 7, and then you forget, and then it's like 10 o'clock, and you think there's no point releasing it now.
Yeah.
I've done that for 3 days, and it's like, oh, fuck it. I'll release one tomorrow.
I'll do it tomorrow. That's a nightmare with it when you're doing your reviews. I'll do it tomorrow. This one.
Yeah.
We've just got absolutely loads of pods. I think you were saying on your show, it's like trying to mix it up in it with a bit of hardware and a bit of pods.
Yeah, it's why I've done a few juice reviews, is just to break up the monotony of hardware and fucking pods.
Yeah, when you're looking forward to a juice review, because you've got that many pods.
Yeah, but like as Vic said, the stuff I've got in, I've had emails from companies going, "Don't review this. We're not manufacturing it for a while or whatever," and it's like, this is good shit that I want to review next week or this week, or start reviewing. What am I going to do? So I'm like,
So do you think China are going to come back and kind of start by manufacturing the stuff that is more of a call for, and then eventually get up to full capacity? April, May time?
It might be a good time for them to just refresh and sort their shit out. Do you know what I mean? Like they might be having to not start afresh, but they might go, oh well, no one's really ordered lots of these in a long time, so let's stop making them. Let's make something new or concentrate on the decent shit that we are selling. Possibly.
That'd be nice.
I don't know what you like. It's got to come to a point where these pods are going to come, because they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's got to come to a point where they're all just going to not do it, surely.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's hard to be enthusiastic.
Yeah.
It really is, because it's sort of like you want to do a decent, honest review to them, but it's sort of like, this is the exact same thing as the last one.
Yeah, it's like, no offense to the two companies, but the Vape Druga Air and the Asmodus Pike, 99% the same thing. They've just got different pods and slightly different battery in them. It's hard to go, well, this one's better than this one. Well, they're basically the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
Basically Caliburn, isn't it?
No, it's not a Caliburn.
No, it's essentially a Caliburn anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, hold on.
Even the shapes are no different. Have you seen it, Salford? The shapes are no different, are they? They're either in a teardrop, or you've just got the pens. There's nothing.
Boring. Pods are boring.
That's just a handful.
Yeah. And now obviously they're trying their luck with like pod mods, aren't they? And they've done the 40 watts. Now they're doing 80 watts. And I'm assuming at some point we're going to see dual battery versions of them. And then after that, it's like, well, surely you can't go any further with pods.
You just round robin back to a mod then, don't you? Surely, yeah.
And then they're also doing the billet box versions, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Storm Weston says, why are they saying don't release reviews? If they're going to release it, then more reviews, the better, surely, unless they're not going to release it.
It's because they're not manufacturing them.
Yeah, I think they probably want the reviews to come out just as it becomes available in the shops. Maybe.
It's been terrible, though. I've been watching people getting dragged into quarantine and everything. It don't look good, does it?
Like, I am worrying a bit about it, like, in terms of, like, stock for the shop in, like, a month or so's time. Like, it might be a bit scarce, you know what I mean?
I think fucking coils are going to get hit hard, aren't they? I don't think
coils are going to drop
people like Flawless and Evolution are already sort of running out, aren't they?
Yeah. What do you reckon? Does that mean you reckon the price is going to go up in the meantime?
It's
going to be a supply, isn't it?
Evolution have went super duper expensive. I was on there the other day looking for some stock, and I noticed Nasty Juice. I normally pay about £7 for that wholesale. It was on Evo for like £9. I was like, that's a ridiculous jump up. It's normally somewhere between £7.50 and £7.75.
It's going to get to the stage, Bobo, in your shop where you've got your last Falcon M1 coil and you're going to be auctioning it.
Obviously, you just had the new year, haven't you? Sorry, Gail.
No, it's fine. I was just saying it's the same as everything, though, in every market. It's demand and supply, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, obviously, they've just had the new year as well, and people always say make sure you stock up on your coils and stuff. Obviously, they've got the bulk for that, and they probably haven't had another order. Have you seen out in your shop, Mark?
Not really, no. No, I've got to admit, it's all steady, pretty much, at the moment. He's got a lot of stock, to be honest with you. So he'll be happy. But not prices-wise, no. But saying that, we're getting a lot of wholesalers ringing us up for special offers. special offers on this. It's mainly on juice, but it's special offer.
Yeah, I've never had so many phone calls at the shop ever
Yeah.
in the 2 years I've been open. Everyone and the mum is ringing me.
Well, at the same time in America, you've got so up and down there. People are probably panic buying as well, just in case. So stock's getting chewed up from every angle.
What did Trump do today? Is he trying to take it away from the FDA or something? He saw on Twitter?
Yeah, I seen about that. He was talking about that today.
I saw a glimpse of it on Twitter earlier.
I'll tell you what I'm going to mention as well. Obviously, Salford's again putting out some absolute corking reviews. He put a little bit of a poll on his actual site about what do people think about the bargain bin sort of reviews that he does, and I quite like him because I think a lot of people look for them bargain bins sort of stuff.
Well, I have to do them, don't I? Because I have to buy all my gear. I don't get anything in free.
But I still think
I can't afford new gear these days. It's just too expensive for me. I'm on a pension, for fuck's sake. No.
Yeah, I think they're good reviews because I think a lot of people do look for it. It's like the show what they used to do on the network, where they used to the steals and deals and stuff like that. I think a lot of people used to love that type of show as well.
Yeah, well, let's face it, we all like a bargain.
Yeah, it cost me a fucking fortune in steals and deals.
I think it cost a lot of people. It was a great show because obviously they found where the deals were and it's at this sort of price, and I do like them sort of reviews.
Well,
I think a fresh look on an old device is a good thing.
Well, somebody put a comment in and said, if it was good last year, it's still good this year.
Yeah.
Fair enough comment, innit?
Age, but if it's good, it's still good. It might not be completely up to date with how technology is now, but it's still a good piece of kit.
If you want to see reviews from a year ago, just go and watch my channel.
But the thing as well is it's going to be a different price, and if somebody's looking for a new mod and they don't want to spend that extra money out, some of the mods that are coming out.
Look at that, the Nova kit with the Cerebus tank. It's 25 quid. 25 quid is fucking bargain at that.
Can't argue with that, can you?
No. And there's loads like that. The Diamond kit was the same. Just a few other bits and pieces have all been really cheap. I mean, I bought a load of stuff in today. Well, I bought it yesterday, it come today. Like the Mechman, all dirt cheap.
That was a good mod.
Yeah, I think the dual battery mod you can get for about 20 quid now as well.
You're throwing a Luna.
Yeah,
they're 30 quid.
$29.99 on EC1, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one as well when they first done it. I bought mine. Mine was 35 quid, and then a week later they dropped it to fucking 29. The bastards.
Yeah,
that is the good thing though about expos and stuff, though, isn't it? The bargains that you can get, especially if you're hanging around on the last day when they want to shift everything before they're going home. You can pick up some good stuff.
You really can.
Matty, what did you pay for that Valhalla at Expo?
Me, Stevie. I think we paid like 35 quid for the Hell's Gate one.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Expo. That was on the Saturday as well. That wasn't even on the Friday or the end of Sunday. That was middle of the day Saturday. I was mad why they were selling them for that price.
I also think it all depends what they're feeling like as well, because some people have gone on the Saturday, like mid-afternoon, and they didn't want to sell it, and then on the night time they sold it for 25 quid.
It was really strange because then on 35 quid, Stevie sale it. It was strange because on the same store they were selling the Asgard, me and Gaz bought one, didn't we? And they were trying to knock these out for, was it 40 odd quid?
Yeah, it was like.
And it was it on? I can't remember. And I just pulled up their wholesale website. So we got them on here for this, and they let them have the wholesale price, didn't they? Yeah, it was really weird. Don't understand why they're so cheap.
And then you can go the other way around. You can go with Kelpie RTA. It was dearer at Expo than it were in shops.
Yeah, what were they selling that for? About 40 quid or 35, 40 quid?
Yeah. What the fuck they were playing at?
And people were just going, oh, I can find it cheaper online, and just buying it at the expo and getting it delivered for like the Monday or Tuesday afterwards.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
Yeah, it didn't quite work out, that, did it? It should be the other way around. Well, I did notice as well, like the first few of the expos we went to, the juicers, there were loads of deals on the juicers, but they ended up started charging shop prices when you were there. The deals weren't as good.
I know Vape Jam people like that, wasn't it, Aiden?
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. See, the first one we went to, when you were talking for the NNA, I loved that show. Dean, you were there, weren't you? It was a really good show, but the second one was just terrible. Apparently, that's on this year in April.
Yeah, Jam, yeah.
Vape Jam's on in April.
Yeah, Jam's.
Meant to be a Vape Jam in August in Liverpool, and that just never happened.
Yeah, that never happened.
I wonder if they'll do that this time around with the London show. I wonder if they'll just advertise and then it won't happen.
Maybe. So there's no advertising or anything for it, like locally, do you know what I mean? Like I heard about it. I don't even know where I heard. I think it was in like the Vapor Arm magazine or something like that. And then there's no advertising ever, like even in like the Echo Arena where it's meant to be, do you know what I mean?
There's a lot of talk about that being cancelled before they'd even booked the hall, though. Do you know what I mean? I think probably people, didn't expect it to be on.
Yeah. But the one they cancelled about 2 days before?
Yeah.
Is anybody heard anything more about the Scottish vape meet?
Yeah, it's June. It's on 19th, I think. Don't quote me on that. But yeah,
I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, they've moved it to the only kind of dry day in Scotland so that people might come.
Is that guaranteed? Is that guaranteed?
I wish. That'll be our summer.
It's a good job nobody booked the tickets, though, to get there on the train or anything, because they did cancel, what were it, about a month to go? Or a couple of months ago?
Yeah, it's the 19th and 20th of June.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good.
127 days, 12 hours and 9 minutes, apparently.
Oh.
Onto their website.
Tickets are on sale for it as well.
I'm going to go and grab a beer. I shall be back.
The tickets are only £10 for it, which I think is really, really good.
Yeah, that's not bad, is it?
Is his shop next to a pub?
If he's Bowie's going to toilet.
He's going for a beer. Simon's even having a beer. That's not quite like him either. He's having a beer tonight.
It's the birthday show, isn't it?
It's a bit. You've got to have a bit. I ain't actually got a beer myself. I've got coffee. So that's.
I discovered.
Oh, Jules, you'll be at the Scottish one. We'll push you around in the shopping trolley if I have to.
Yeah.
Look, it looks quite big, the old expo, doesn't it? The Scottish one. It's quite a big hall.
Yeah.
What was that juice who actually pushed himself around in a trolley? What were it? El
Cheapo.
El Cheapo, that's it, yeah.
Tell you what, there's a lot of available fucking stalls, though, aren't there?
Oh, Moretti.
Yeah, they've not updated. I don't think they've updated the floor plan for quite a while, though, Matt.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Who's it being organised by?
It's.
Yeah.
Well, everything's just hammered up with a recurve mod.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Rick and I spoke to them, didn't we?
Yeah,
I can't even remember the guy's name. The guy's name's Rick, but I can't remember what company it was. It's a vape distribution company that are putting it on.
Not Rick Roll then.
It's going to have a bit of. It's like a vape CBD as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Say that.
This one in London, you've got I think Professor Green's singing. Is it Professor Green?
Oh, yeah.
Singing's a loose word, isn't it? Really.
He's rhyming.
He's saying things.
He was at was in was it October, August?
October, yeah.
There, wasn't he?
Thing is, looking at the map for the Olympia event, there's a lot of empty booths.
Yeah, I'm just looking at that now.
There's a lot of empty booths there.
And it's Juice Jam.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Well,
Literally.
with everything in China as well, people are probably not agreeing to it yet either, are they? Until they're kind of back.
Well, they can't travel because travel's been locked down for central China.
Yeah.
That's what will be interesting.
This is going to have quite a big impact on a lot of the expos and shows, isn't it? So it's just going to be a wait and see, because this is going to go on for months. It's not something that's just going to be resolved in a few weeks.
Just on a look, I would say that it must be about 80% liquid.
Fuck that.
That's why I'm not going.
Liquid
One in London?
Yeah.
Yeah. White label, sugary shit. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like I've been mixing my own liquid now for like a year, and I hate most of mainstream liquids. It's grim.
They are too sweet. They are too sweet. That's true.
Do you not think they deliberately do that so it kills your coils, so you're spending more money?
You kind of feel that, don't you?
Different companies though, innit? Like whoever makes like super sweet short fill juice is different to whoever makes you shit coils. That is shit anyway. I've been in this shop for 11 hours, man. I'm done.
I remember getting some juice from shop here from Malaysia, and it was like something cool lemonade. I did a review on it, one of my first reviews, and it was like it tasted lovely, but like after a day, it completely destroyed my coil, and the actual cotton just disintegrated.
Oh, fantasy.
Yeah. Just falls apart from either side.
That does sound like fantasy, doesn't it?
Yeah. We've done a reboot of it. I seen it when I was doing some stock the other day, and it was really, really nice. I do remember it being really nice, but I might give it a try and see if it's still as bad. Do you know what I mean? Because it's been completely rebranded and stuff like that, so it might be a little bit different.
But saying that, most Malaysian juices are like that.
Yeah, the actual concentrates are really sweet. The Malaysian concentrates are super sweet, man.
Looking at Vapor Expo though, Vape Dinner Lady aren't even there.
Wow, Dinner Lady.
Wow.
Wow.
I can't see their name on there.
What, on the actual London show or the May?
London.
Dinner Lady go to bloody every event. I'm surprised they're not there.
No, they're not, are they?
I think this is just going to be a little tester to see how it works.
Well,
It's not. It doesn't look that big either, does it? Really?
Compared to May, it is absolutely tiny.
Yeah.
Well, when Dean, me and Mark went, when we were doing it for Vape Finder, it wasn't that big then, once was it really, the hall?
No.
See, is it tiny or is it Vape Finder tiny?
Yeah, I think that. Did you go to the one with the beer festival that we went to?
No, I went to the other one.
And I got
where Mark
wrecked.
gave out the awards.
There was one the year before that. We got absolutely wrecked at the beer festival downstairs, I think it was. And that was a massive arena. So I think it's in that one. If it's got like big glass arches above it, I think it might be in there. And yeah, Dinner Lady are at Expo in May.
Like I said, in May, I think maybe they'll get in touch with the distros and see if people can actually man the stores if they can't get out.
I was listening to Radio 4 earlier, and they don't reckon this corona in the UK is going to peak till fucking like middle of April, do they? So.
Well, you need to remember as well what the health people are saying now. The original story behind the coronavirus was it had a max incubation period of 14 days. Then an American scientist, along with an Australian scientist, turned around and said, by the way, see that 14-day thing we were saying, like everyone shows symptoms in 14 days. That's actually not true. It's actually 28 days. So all these quarantine areas in China where they're checking people sitting there like, you're fine, it's after 14 days, out you go. They could still be carrying the virus and they're not showing the symptoms until 28 days later. Everyone's saying there's nothing wrong with this coronavirus. It's like the flu. That is true. It's part of the flu family, but the death rate for corona is now higher than SARS.
Yes.
The infection rate for corona is 10 times higher than SARS. This is bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't SARS 1 in 100 and the corona is now 1 in 10?
Yep.
Bloody hell.
Yep.
What gets me is that they've known about it since, was it November, December? It's been knocking about, or and it's only just sort of
we're talking about the Chinese government here. I mean, even the Royal College of Physicians, one of the lead physicians says China are not telling the truth about their numbers. They're not.
Well, that nurse came out, didn't she? She actually died. She came out and was saying there were like 90,000 that they knew of when they were dying.
Did she die though?
And if this was a simple case of being another flu virus, why is China quarantining half their country?
Yeah.
If it wasn't
also that blooming hospital that they're building.
And they're out in the street. They're spraying chemicals to decontaminate the air in the street.
Yeah. They've got huge fucking industrial drones, remote controlled drones with jugs of disinfectant, and they're literally spraying the air.
Chemtrails.
Yeah.
it'll definitely be Dettol as well, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's got to be Dettol.
No.
UK
Be Mr. Shane.
Miles from me. Fuck's sake.
So I mean, even and this is what I said in the Hump Day update. This is what I said in the Hump Day update. Even if Smok are going to come back on the 17th, which they may, they're talking about their offices in Shenzhen. They're talking about the CEO, the PR, the marketing, the secretaries, and the accountants. The one thing they didn't mention, though, is the manufacturing facilities. The manufacturing facilities are not up and running by the 17th. What's going to end up happening is the manufacturing facilities in Guangdong, which is the province up from Shenzhen, that's where the manufacturing facilities are, they're going to remain closed until March.
But the government have also said that there's only certain industries and certain jobs that people are allowed to go back to.
Yep.
So within certain, if you're in a certain job, you're quarantined in your house still.
So this is going to be the same for all sorts of technology manufacturers and, you know, TVs and whatever.
It's literally everything. This is made in China. This camera's made in China. These monitors are made in China. This seat's made in China. That fan that's never fucking off is made in China. 90%, here's a fucking scary statistic, 90% of everything you buy is either made, passed through, or produced in China. It's not just the e-cig industry that's going to be affected. It's literally everything. From cars all the way up to these. Everything.
That's going to affect a hell of a lot of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
So if you want to build a computer, you better do it now.
There's going to be no parts left.
The whole world fucking went down, no man. It's fucking nuts. Well, the whole world will go down with it.
Stevie wants to know.
Did it actually come from
the big black dong?
What was that, Gail?
Stevie wants to know if you just said the big black dong.
Yes.
Guangdong. Stevie. You've got Shenzhen and you've got the Guangdong region. But all these companies like Smok, they don't, 90% of the time, they don't actually manufacture in the Shenzhen economic zone. Shenzhen is basically the electronics capital of the world. NVIDIA, Asus, Intel, all the electronic cigarette companies, even Ford have a major headquarters there, but the manufacturing facilities are outside the city because they don't want to pollute all the high-flying CEOs with all the smoke coming out of the chimneys and shit. And where does Guangdong get all their workers from? The same provinces that's currently under quarantine.
Say it again, Guangdong. That doesn't sound right.
Guangdong.
Sounds fine to me.
Doesn't sound.
Sounds a bit of a mouthful to me.
And we've hit the gutter. There we go.
We've done really well. We've done an hour. We are. I've been really good. I've not said anything. We've stayed out of the gutter with a big black dong. We've got to pull it in. Well, it's come to the hour. I want to say thank you very much for everybody who's joined us. It was so lovely to see Simon as well, mate.
Yes,
we
thank
love
you.
Loads. Thank you very much for everybody who's joined us on the birthday show. It's been absolutely fantastic. We will be back next week, normal time, same back channel, with more good stuff to talk about. Big black dongs and China. Again, I just want to say thank you very much for everybody who's come on today and sharing this.
Thanks for inviting me.
Well, last before we go, we cannot leave the show without doing Salford's quote of the week.
And we're going to do it, are we? All right. Dead enthusiastic, me, aren't I? Fucking hell.
Come on. Everyone give him a cheer. Come on, woo!
Think like a proton. Always be positive.
Say that again.
Think like a proton. Always be positive.
That's
and there you go.
Sciencey. Very sciencey.
Not the car,
Very
not the
sciencey.
proton. Because nothing positive about protons are cars.
Will wants to see my butt plug, by the way, before we go.
Yep.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, that's a big indeed.
You know, I've grown a little bit loose.
There's nothing gradual about that, is there? That's straight
No,
to
it's
it.
just all or nothing.
That's the show's PBW part, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did Keys make that?
No. Cow's Irons.
Oh, it was Cal's. That's a very unfortunate shape.
Unfortunate for you, fortunate for me.
And by the looks of it, it looks like it's wiped clean as well, so that's pretty good.
It is. Yes.
Can you buy that at B&M? Because it looks like their colours.
It is. It's probably their mascot.
Come on, Margaret, put that in your basket.
Yeah.
It doesn't come from
That's going
BM.
right in my basket.
Mark, it doesn't come from BMs, it comes from BDSMs.
Well then, it's come to the end of the show. Again, big shout out to everybody who's come on. Lovely to see Simon, and thank you very much for sharing the birthday show with us. And we'll be back next week, same back channel. All the good stuff that we do. Do you want to say goodbye, Flat Cat?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, thanks everyone in chat. We'll be a bit of talk between us, but yeah, thanks everyone for coming on. I cannot take any credit for you guys getting to a year, so happy birthday to you guys. And I will say finally, I got to share the screen with Mr. Solome, so I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. It's only taken a year.
Yeah, it does, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only took a year. Simon, do you want to say your goodbyes, brother?
Yeah, it's nice to have been in there on the other side as a guest for a change. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Quiet listening to everybody. It's just been a great show. Really enjoyed it, and thank you to everybody in chat. As usual, not keeping much of an eye on it, but thank you to everybody in there.
Salford?
Right, before I do my goodbyes, I'd just like to remind everybody that there's a charity auction on the 28th of March for the Vaping Misfits on the True Vapor channel, so be there. And yeah, guys, we got guys in chat. Without our spanners, we don't have a show. Thank you to all the guests that have come on. Lovely to see Simon. It really is. I miss you, mate. I do. And you guys, lovely to see all of you, really, for the change.
Big love, people. Goodbye. Press the button, Flat Cap.
I have the power.
He has the power. It slaps.